want to be some kind of hero.
But that's a fight this city won't let you win.
On your own, you're fucked.
Vypolila KCRka z Titanfallu.
Well, on that note, that's it for today's Info Flash. Sleep tight, Night City. The grass ain't greener anywhere else.
Night City. What does it mean to you? How well do you know its history? Who was Richard Knight? How many stations are in the NCART system? Which city district boasts the best burrito in town? The answers to these questions and more can be found at the address at the bottom of your screen. Check it out and fall in love with Night City all over.
Musí být. Vždycky jsou.
Night City is the star of cyberpunk, right? It is one of its main characters. We wanted to make a city that is very, very believable, right? I mean, the word immersion gets thrown around a lot, but really, we wanted you to be able to dive into it and feel like this is a real place.
Immersion.
And then secondly, we also wanted to provide enough variety between districts so that exploring Night City would always be fun. That is all same-ish, and you know, it doesn't really matter where you go because once you've been through one district, you feel like you've been through all of them. So for that, we first off started taking a look at the real-life geography that Night City is located on, and that would be on the coast of California. Knowing that Night City would be a coastal city gave us a bit of insight into what we would expect from the city layout. You'd expect the port, you'd expect huge industrial areas that would facilitate this kind of trade that you would assume a city of this type would have with the world. And then we went through and actually divided the city into several districts, 6 of them, and some of them are based on the original lore. We decided to give their own characteristics in terms of architecture, their demographics, the kind of people that would live there, and also the function within the city. This yields a lot of interesting experiences when it comes to exploration, and that's the one thing I'm most excited about.
Dneska jsem se díval na tu 800eurovou novou sošku
super vertical, right?
toho Johnnyho Silverhanda, ale jako nelíbila se mi za stolik.
You won't be able to easily set out on a target in the distance, right? You won't be able to say, oh, there's a castle on a hill over there, I'll try to get there, and then you'll be lost on the way.
Nebudu schánět žádnej cyberpunk merch do té doby, dokud ta skurvená hra nevyjde, nebudu si kupovat 800eurovou sošku ze hry, ze který ještě, kterou jsem ještě nehrál.
But it's details such as this that we find really important to make the city feel alive, and also we take great pride in the process of making this, right? We have a lot of fun actually placing a lot of what we call mini stories, right? These are little encounters that you can find when you simply walk along the streets. Of course, we have huge quests, right? Side quests, we have lots of side activities that you can do, but it always is nice to just kind of stop down for a minute and take a look at your surroundings that we have so lovingly created, and try to see if there maybe isn't something that you can be a little detective for. Now, one other thing that I think is really, really cool is also the fact that we have actually named every single street in the city. So not only will NPCs be able to communicate their locations or the locations they want you to visit by sort of referring to the street names, but also you will be able to talk to your friends about it in that way, right? Have you been to Poplar Street in Japantown, for example? And I think this is a small detail, but the philosophy that we have with these kind of things is that, you know, many, many small things contribute to the sum of it, which is hopefully then you being able to explore a city that you feel is truly alive and that you haven't been experiencing before.
You know how things work in Night City? The stronger survive, but that's how things stand. You're either somebody, or you fizzle out into nothing.
NC ain't a city that lets you get by without buddies.
Be very careful, my friend. We are all so far from home.
Which gang's the city's biggest and baddest, according to the NCPD?
Scavs hold the body count title. Or Maelstrom, depending on the season.
One time, a Maelstrom ganger killed a young kid right in front of my eyes for shits and giggles.
Crumb-sucking psychos.
And who the fuck are you to say what can and can't be? I'm gonna introduce you to our meat grinder. About time we had some fun!
Think Maelstrom never forgets? Never!
I hate these Borg fuckers.
Just a gang like any other, right?
I'll take the Valentinos. They follow God and the Santa Madre. Honor means something to them.
Latinas.
We started out together.
In the Valentinos?
No, in the fucking Bible book club.
I gotta give style points to the Valentinos. They have a punishment for every occasion.
Gangster life, puto!
Quick shout out to everyone in Haywood and Santo Domingo. Lately, the Valentinos and 6th Street have had a bigger bone to pick.
6th Street. Why'd they want to wipe you?
I don't, can't fucking stand Tinos.
Fucking suck! I've dealt with 6th Street before. We do the run, they'll transfer the cred.
Come on, let's go before 6th Street shows up.
Shot! Any more Second Amendment fans in the house, huh?
Hate those bastards. Vomit lofty patriotic bullshit all day. Time to bring on the future.
Any idea how many attacks from behind the Black Wall we neutralized? If the Voodoo Boys breach the Black Wall, we'll all be fucked.
Voodoo Boys. Urban myth, I thought. Just net runners spooking each other. No such gang.
You know, I heard a few things about you. The Voodoo Boys, best runners in town.
You do not steal from the Voodoo Boys. I see you, always.
For them, Pacifica's just Haiti 2.0. Their own island, cut off from the rest of the city.
This is our turf, our home. Until last week, the animals crawled in.
Animals are the craziest fucking gang in the city.
Breaker stall!
Animals aren't the play here, are they? They're hired muscle. Someone else needed them.
I fucked you over, you fucked the gang over. Somewhere at the start of the story, somebody fucked the corp. See how this works now?
My husband's knew Westbrook very high in the tiger claws. They did what made the best eddies, sold sex and black market tech.
See a lot of tigers. They run this place.
Know what else they do well? Break the knees of people who ask questions.
I gotta do something!
Shut the fuck up! The tigers will kill us. Come on, baby.
Tiger claws killed one girl too many, so people took matters into their own hands.
Folk went ballistic. Girls, pimps, outcasts, the whole freak show. It's how the mocks got started.
Think you're some kind of gangoon now, huh?
Us moxes have each other's back. We look out for one another. You looking for some company tonight?
How'd you hook up with the Mox?
I thought Susie and the gang could really change something in this city.
Moxes and nomads don't seem so different. Both seem to yammer a lot about community, solidarity. Tell me about the Badlands. Not much going on out here, huh?
Au contraire. This is an ecosystem. Nomads, Raft and Shiv, corporations, and drifters, they form a complete whole. Remove one part, the delicate balance topples.
Here in the Aldecaldos, it all stays in the family.
Classic dilemma. What comes first, family or the outside world?
This family will go to hell and back.
Everyone in this city lives in their own bubble, and either you fly high or sink into quicksand.
The gangs, they rule the streets of Night City. You know, they have the newest cyberware, they have the newest weaponry, and they are really a power that everyone needs to take into account when they are thinking of operating in Night City. You will encounter them as you explore the city, of course, but also as you complete main quests, side quests, different jobs for the fixers. Sometimes you might even get hired by them. We will mostly stick to the Afterlife. And the Afterlife are this group of mercs, this legendary group of mercenaries in Night City. They get the best jobs, they get the most money, the best clients, and so on. So if you want to become a legend in Night City, you are going to the Afterlife.
I suppose as somebody who's spent as much time as you have kind of getting to know the gangs, I have to ask, which is your favorite and why?
So I would have to say probably Maelstrom, simply because they have this unique, distinct feel and this weird aesthetic about them. So the idea about Maelstrom is they are people who want to cross the boundary between the machine and human, right? They are changing so much of their body with cyberware that they no longer look human, really. On top of that, they are also very unpredictable. It's very difficult to say what they will do at any point when you meet them. At one moment, they can be shaking hands with you, and at the other moment, you know, they will pull gun out on you, and they bring in this element of chaos into the game, which I really enjoy personally.
Oh, Matty, thank you so much for joining us. It's always interesting to learn what your favorite gang is. I think it kind of tells me a little bit about you.
Oh, does it? What does it say about me?
Well, we'll talk about that later.
Playman vás nechává pozdravovat nějakým dropem subů a chtěl vás poprosit, abyste dorazili na Ofiko facebookovou stránku českou, kde je všechno o cyberpunku, která je tady, hele.
Absolutely next level. Honestly kind of terrifying.
Počkej, co je v tom kompu 2080? Proč by si hrál na 2080? Takový krásný case k tomu udělaj, ale bohužel ty vole, no, prostě už jsou nový grafiky, už jsme zase pozadu. Ano, PC.
If you're going to be playing Cyberpunk 2077 on PC when it launches this November, we do have some specs to share that I think some of you have been waiting for.
The
minimum system requirements for Cyberpunk are a Windows 7 or 10 PC, an Intel Core i5 3570K or AMD FX 8310, 8 gigs of RAM, and an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 780 or an AMD Radeon RX 470.
Zahraje moje babička na svým pracovním laptopu.
Roughly 70 gigs of space.
Jenom 70 giga, kámo. To je třetina Warzone.
As for the recommended specs, you're in the green
na
if you're rocking
70
Windows
hodinovou
10,
hru.
an Intel Core i7 4790 or AMD Ryzen 3 3200G, 12 gigs of RAM, and an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1060 or AMD Radeon R9
1060, jo.
Thank you
na
so
ultra.
much for
To znamená,
today.
že buď to je fakt dobře optimalizovaný, anebo to prostě jednoduše na ultra nebude vážně moc působivý. No tak jako rozjedou to, no ne všichni, ale jako ty vole, ty požadavky jsou fakt jako nižší, než jsem čekal. SSDčka jsou kurevsky drahý, ale hovno. Jako sorry, ty vole, ale do gamingového PC mít na hry aspoň terát SSDčka tě vyjde na relativně ty vole směšnou částku versus jako ty načítací, ty vole to, ty načítací časy. Prostě bráško, stavět v roce 2020 herní PC a nemít tam aspoň tera SSDčka. To fuck, bráško. Tak jako stavíš ty vole pracovní komp, nebo stavíš herní komp. Pak už stačí to terový SSDčko promazávat.
Máš vyhráno.
A jsi v pohodě.
Je to úplně jednoduchý.
Vojto, už se nemůžu dočkat toho gameplay Cyberpunku, až vyjde. Možná. Kamaráde, i dřív než vyjde, že jo? Řekl milionář, který se zastavení neplatí. Hele bráško, já ti to řeknu úplně jednoduše. Když jsem stavěl na konci roku 2014 PC sestavu za svoje vlastní prachy, tak jsem už tam měl SSDčko na hry. Je rok 2020. I konzole za 13 000 má už dneska SSDčko.